Damn, that's pretty high. Welcome to Wu Watch, I'm Wukong. Today with a review of one of my favorite watches, the Steinhart Ocean Titanium 500. We are on Tenerife Island, on the Canary Islands. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty hot. So first what we are going to do is we're going to look at the specs in a close-up. And after that, I'll talk about my 4-year experience with this watch, because I've had this watch for around 4 years and I've liked it so far. But keep watching to know why I liked it and what I've done with the watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at the table to take a closer look at the Steinhart Ocean Titanium 500. So that's the box. It's kind of fake leather. It's a pretty good box. It's a pretty good box. I can't complain. It's a little dusty. So yeah. Now let's open up the box. Inside we have this cushion here. It's like a foam. Nothing too special, but keeps the watch safe. And here we have the watch. Oh, let me just take it on. That's the watch with the pillow. Pillow is very nice, can't complain. That's the tag, Steinhart was made. On the back we got the serial number and name of the watch. Okay, let's put that one away. So, here is the Steinhart. I'll wind it up for you a bit. Here we go. That works. So here is the Steinhart Ocean Titanium 500. Now, first of all, what we see in the watch is a little bit of a Rolex homage. Now, let's be honest. It's the case and the bracelet and the dial design is a little bit copied from Rolex, so kind of a Rolex homage. But so what I like about the watch though is that they made the hands different, they made the indices different, they changed up the look a little bit. They didn't just copy like the Submariner 1-to-1 like they do in other models of Steinhart, but they took the design and changed it up a bit. So there's 3 different versions of the Titanium 500. We have this one, of course, then we have a 39mm GMT, and then we have a Batman one. The price of this watch is 620 euros. I bought it back in the day, which means like 4 years ago, around 4.5 years ago. I bought it for 590 euros, but still for 620, it's a very, very good watch. You get a lot of watch for the money. So let's get to the dimensions. The watch is 42mm wide, has a lug width of 22mm, and is 14.5mm thick. So it has some wrist presence. So even though the watch is kind of big, it still wears very light because the watch is made of titanium. So it's lighter. I have a Tudor Black Bay 36, and Black Bay is heavier than this watch. And Black Bay is 36mm, so it's a whopping 6mm smaller than this one, and still weighs more than it. So that is pretty impressive in my opinion. It has a satin finish, as you can see. It's nowhere, it's polished, it's all satin, which is very good. Very good detail of a sports watch. So I'm using it all the time in diving and in other water activities, and you can see the bracelet is pretty much beaten up. It's I could replace the bracelet by now. It's you can see I didn't baby the watch here, guys. So it's a tough watch, definitely. It has a domed sapphire crystal. And as you can see, it plays with the light a bit. You can see this blue, around the crystal. This is like a little gimmick. I don't know how they did it, but it's very cool. I like that a lot. On the other side, we have sapphire crystals. But did I say it's sapphire? It's domed. Yeah, it's a domed sapphire crystal. Yeah. And on the other side, we have a see-through case back. Let's see if it can focus. Come on. Here we go. There is an sapphire crystal as well. It's a see-through case back where you can see the rotor, the movement, which is an ETA 2892A2. It's in my opinion, it's a quite pretty movement. It's nicely decorated. People are always interested in that. Like when I show the watch to people, when I like take it off and give it to them, they always like check the watch out, and then they see the open case back, and they always are very interested in the movement, because you know you don't see that every day. So his focus is so bad. Here we go. Yeah, you don't see that every day, but it's a very cool gimmick. I like that a lot. I like to watch my movements from time to time. When I wear it, sometimes I just take the watch off and just look at the movement, because it's a nicely decorated movement. It has a screw down crown, typical for a diver. So here, unscrew it, pops out, and you pull it out once. You can change the date, pull it another time, and it hacks, and you can set the time. I'm gonna set the time like this. No, this is let's do it like this one. Yeah, like this. So then you screw it back in, and it's water resistant. Its water resistance is up to 500 meters, which is a lot. You probably don't need that in day-to-day life. Even I don't need that, and I do diving, I do free diving, I regularly use the watch more. I don't need that kind of water resistance, but it's nice to know that the watch just can handle water. Oh yeah, what I forgot about the movement. This other movement beats at the beat rate of 28,800 beats per hour, and it's pretty accurate. I'll talk about the accuracy later, but my watch, I'm very happy about the accuracy. Yeah, totally can't complain at all. Now the legibility, the dial is very legible, as you can see. It's like one glance and you can read the time immediately. Even at night when I wake up, it's the middle of the night, I'm super sleepy, I see the watch in my bedroom table, I can read the time, no worries. Everything here is loomed. I'll just blend in Loom Shop right here. So everything is basically loomed. The bezel is loomed, indices are loomed. It's like a torch. It's basically, you don't have any problems with the visibility at night. And we have the bezel. The bezel, as I said, is loomed too, and it's a 120 click bezel. It sounds very good. I like the sound of the bezel. I've handled other bezels. I've handled, Submariner bezel. I've handled Oris. I've handled, what do I have? Tudor. I can say this is a good bezel. It's not the best of them all, but it's a very good bezel. It's made pretty good. Has almost no place. You can see it has no play. What I'm talking about. It has no play. Yeah. But aligned. No, I didn't. Let's realign that real quick. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, now it's realigned. Now to the bracelet. Bracelet is a solid bracelet with screw down links, as you can see. Here are the screw down links. It tapers down. It's, as I said, 22 millimeters, and it tapers down to, I would guess, I think it's 18 millimeters. Don't quote me here. I'm not too sure. I think it's 18. Yeah. This bracelet, I'll talk about them a little later. But in general, I can't complain. It's a very good bracelet. As you can see, it's very scratched. And the good thing is, you can just replace the bracelet, because Steinhart has on their website a like a replaceable bracelet for the titanium 500 42 millimeters. So I hope you can all hear me well, because behind me there's the sea. As you can see, right now the water is going away a bit. I don't know what it's called. It's flood, and the other one. The water is going away a bit right now, and that's why the waves are a little stronger than usual. But okay, let's start. I've had this watch, this Steinhart, for around 4 years now, and I've definitely used it. I have used it hardcore. I'll put in images of the Steinhart in the Caribbean, in Thailand, in the Canary Islands. I've traveled pretty much the whole world with this watch, so it's a good watch. It's a dive watch, of course, with a water resistance of 500 meters, as I already said. The bezel is working very well. After 4 years, still very good. Its movement, I didn't service it yet. It's an ETA 2892A2. For me, it is very accurate. It runs around, it depends on the day, but sometimes it runs around like -2 seconds, sometimes -5, but it's pretty accurate. In general, it's very accurate. The material of which it's made of is titanium. I don't know if it's more scratch resistance or not, but it has accumulated a few scratches over the years, and I'm fine with that since this is like my water sports watch. I don't mind it getting scratched because I've done parkour with it, I've swam with it, I've did free diving with it. Pretty much all water sports, just swimming, free diving, diving. I did all of it with this watch, and it's still working very good, as you can see. I have no complaints. I clean it regularly. After every swim, you should clean your watch, especially in salt water like here. The water is very salty, and salt. Sorry. Salt is a major factor in corrosion with watches, so you should watch out when taking care of your watch. Always wash it after swimming and free diving and everything. Then the clasp has 4 micro adjusts. I would love to have it a dive extension. So Steinhart, if you're watching this, I'd love a dive extension. This is fine as well. Clasp is very solid. Sometimes though, this is like a little gripe of mine. I really like this watch. It's one of my favorite watches in general. Like it's either this or the Tudor. I don't know which one. Either this or the Tudor. But one problem I have with the clasp is sometimes when I do like cliff jumping with this watch, I jump sometimes from cliffs, of course. The clasp opens, so I always jump like this, so the clasp don't open. Sometimes it's like if the impact is too high, the clasp just opens up. So sometimes I just jump like this. I hold the watch so it doesn't open. So design of the watch, I actually like that it kind of copies the Submariner, and at the same time it doesn't. So it's like very, very similar design, but the hands are different and the dial, of course, a little different. It's kind of a mix of a Rolex Submariner and a like Tudor Pelagos, and this is what I really like about the watch, like a mix of Rolex and Tudor. And I really like Tudor and I really like Rolex, so it's totally something for me. And it has a see-through case back. It's decorated pretty good. Not like the best decorations, but it's an ETA movement, so what you shouldn't be expecting too much. And for 600 euros, this is a gem. I remember I bought this for 590. Really a gem. Really, you can't go wrong with this watch. I can only recommend this watch. And with a water resistance of 500 meters, it's totally fine for swimming, totally fine for any water activity you want to do. As I said, I think the deepest I went with this one is like 10 meters, which is of course not that deep, but it's enough. And I've been plenty of times at the depth of 10 meters with this watch. Yeah, next year or like in 2 years, I'll send it in for seal proving, so in the back that the seals are still intact, because you want to do that like every 5 to 6 to 7 years. If you use your watch regularly in water, you should test your seals in the screw down case back. Yeah, I'll probably do that next year or in 2 years. Otherwise, the date window is very nice. I like that it's at the 6 o'clock position, very legible. The watch in general is very legible. I'm sure, as you've seen in the loom shot, like I wake up in the middle of the night, I can read no problem. Like I'm super sleepy, I'm like this, I can easily read the watch, no problem. Underwater, I remember one time when I was in Mallorca, we were like in caves, we were swimming through caves, and it was like pitch black. And this loom, this was so bright, really, like a torch. That was very cool. And with the size 42 millimeters, like I don't have the I don't have the largest wrist, and I think this wear is pretty good. I think like even smaller wristed people could wear the 42 millimeter version. For me, it just fits perfectly. No, nobody said a thing that it's too big for me. So yeah, it did pretty good. And I think this is a very pretty watch. This is like one thing. This is, I think, one of my most complimented watches. People regularly compliment me on the watch. They ask, is it a Rolex? And I said, no, it's a Steinhart. They're like, oh, okay, it looks very good, looks very good. And like on YouTube, I have another YouTube channel, and when I do parkour with the watch, like people write me in the comments, that's a very pretty watch. What kind of watch is this? So this is a rather good-looking watch. Will bring in many compliments, and I think it looks very stylish. You could wear it with anything. I've worn this with a suit. I've worn this like casually with a Hawaiian shirt. I've worn this even to work out. So yeah, this is a very like what's it called, like EDC watch, like do everything with the watch type of watch. In general, I'm very happy with the watch. As I said, I think this is even my favorite watch, either this or the Tudor. I'll see over the years, but I've been through a lot with this watch. This watch holds up very good. It's like perfectly made for me. I love swimming, I love water sports, I love tropical islands, and this watch is just perfect for all of this. Just for 600 euros, it's very good. And in general, the Steinhart company, it makes one more thing about the titanium. Steinhart have different titanium models. They have like titanium GMTs in 42 and 39 millimeters. They have different models, and in general, I like the titanium models because they're a little different to the stainless steel models. They look a little bit more dark, but I think that's very cool. It separates them from other watches. Yeah. And what I like about this watch in specific too is that it has like some, I don't know if you can see it in the slide right now, it has some very specific blue undertones when you play with the light a bit with this watch. This watch plays with the light a lot, and it sometimes seems more blue than it really is, which is very good looking watch. So it's already 6 p.m. I should be going by now. I hope you enjoyed this little review on this tropical island of Tenerife. I love the Canary Islands. I hope I'll move here someday because I really love it here. And I'll wear this watch every day. So, you have a beautiful day. Stay safe, stay healthy. My bro Killy's already, he's behind there. That's him. Yeah, that's him. He's already waiting for me. So, stay safe, stay healthy, have a nice day, and peace out.